Welcome back, welcome back. Now I show you why I'm the king of thinking. Because nobody thinks like I do.
The public have no idea that the ISS is located in an underwater neutral buoyancy lab in Houston, Texas.
From right here in Houston.
The space station footage that they trick us with is not traveling at 17,500 miles per hour above your head. It's all being filmed here on Earth. An exact ISS replica underwater. Coincidence? It's a pretty simple process. Film your footage underwater, remove the water layer, add in your CGI Earth layer, and cast your spell.
Now, if you don't understand that, that's because you don't look up anything about like space travel for real. You just watch the news. And when these guys go and show us what they do, you don't care about none of that. You don't actually want to be smart. See, there's people that believe their lies. So we actually pay attention to this shit because we actually believe them. And then they fuck up by teaching us to think. But how they stop you from thinking is with their words and all their other little machines and stuff, so they make you think they're smarter than you. And rightfully so. They may retain more knowledge. They may know all the book. But wisdom ain't found in the book. Now, what she was showing just now, and I'm not doing all that, is the people that go to space. You heard it. They got the place in Houston or whatever, right? And it's a big ass place where there's like a big tank. And they put their suits on and they practice fixing the ship or putting things, or because it might get crazy in space and you have to go out on the outside and you have to practice on how to actually be moving around. You know what I mean? Because there's no gravity, you have to prepare before you go into a situation like video games. Because life's like a video game in one way. You have to get ready and you have to have knowledge to beat the board. Get it? And it's not like a video game, because when you die, you ain't coming back. You don't get an extra life. Once you're gone, you're gone. So, they train in these pools because water is the closest to no gravity, right? That's what they say. And there's always been a big debate on people saying, no, we didn't go to the moon because of the technology you say you had at the time, us using your words against you, and you saying it's impossible but then saying you did it. So let's move further on with this video before I reveal the big smack to the face. Because I'm sure you heard all that before. Other people thought of things like this. But they're not me.
What we want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth. There's no place to go. The Earth is a closed system.
It's a scientist.
All right, guys, I got a standard map of the world here. And what I'm going to do right now is...
Let me back that up, just in case you don't believe me. This is Bill Nye, the science guy. This is one of the most famous TV scientists ever, right? He's been teaching science since I was a fucking kid.
From New Zealand to Argentina. And
do you trust his words? Because you trust the words of people on TV, right? Not mine.
Add in your CGI Earth layer and cast your spell.
I'm sure you'll recognize his face. Yeah, that's how they practice to get ready in space.
What we want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth. There's no place to go. The Earth is a closed system.
Now let's talk.
All right, guys, I got a standard map of the world here.
Shout out to the real thinkers, real wolves. You already know what it is. Give me a second real quick. Put on your thinking caps. The king is in the fucking building. Hit that like button. It's time for me to start saying that now. Because it is. It's time other people get to think for themselves too. See, I understand the game. One man thinks of something, and then that makes another man think of something. Because you share your information. You know, it's just the way it goes. That's why we're supposed to communicate with each other, even if we're wrong. Because one of us will get it right. Now, I could be wrong, but I also could be right. That's what I like about thinking. Fun. Doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. You can't get to be right without being wrong. Yay! Now, as I listened to that, alright, and I said, that's very interesting, because I seen something like that watching a similar video, and a man said similar things about, I know the Hollywood shit is you're not hitting me in the head with this going to space shit, right? And many times, many other people from different generations, shout out to the older heads and the newcomers and the young boys and any other person that actually shares this information, because those are new generational people right there. Some 20, 30-year-olds. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to the young generation. Y'all waking up faster than we did. But I realized, since now it's the new generation's turn, it's my turn. You know, it's our turn now to think. And I realized the older heads before us got us where we are because of what they found or thought about that led us to our imaginations of what's going on and blah, blah, blah. So, you know, I've been studying that Bible thing everybody keeps trying to get us away from. And I watched my videos. And it all went ding, 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 Batman kicked in. So, as I could see them actually doing the practicing in the ocean. And then the older people shitting on them and saying, listen, I'm going to use your own science to prove you never went there. The Van Halen belt or whatever, the radiation belt that's around the earth, right there proves that you can't get out there. Because if you go through this radiation, you're dead. And you set out your own mouths, and they have it recorded. They'll probably get rid of this soon. We don't have anything that can survive not poisoning our astronauts. So you made it out there once and had niggas come back alive, but now you don't have the technology. You can't make this shit up, people. Truth is always stranger than fiction. So, as I combined all these things that I hear people say, even the other side. See, when you hear the other side admit what they can't do openly, and then it matches what we say you can't do openly, that's when you gotta start saying, well, what the fuck is really going on then? Because we see these truths, but then everyone goes, yay, we proved that they didn't go there. Alright, you proved they didn't go there. What the fuck are they building then? You silly assholes. Get it? And then, alright, think about what they're showing you. What did my father say? And I believe it was the second commandment. I could be wrong. I haven't been practicing reading them over and over to burn them into my brain. But I believe in those commandments. He said, don't you bow down to false images. Don't you worship the gods of carved images. And don't you dare bow down to the ones that are below in the water. Right? So then I took that and my mind stuck right to where it said, the Lord said don't bow down to things under the fucking water. And then I went back to what the enemy says. The enemy says the oceans are so deep, and my father made this thing called pressure. Jay's pressure. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. But he made this thing called pressure. And because it's so much, the further you go down, we can't go all the way down. So we don't know what's under there, right? Now I matched that with all of the we can't get out the firmament thing, and we ain't never been to space, but they keep building machines that they're practicing in water. And they show us, but they say they're going up there, but that's when my brain kicks in and say reverse. See, my enemy reversed my mind and made me believe I was nothing. And they tricked me by putting things in my reality to make me think, all right, this is my world, this is my culture. And when you think something is yours, then you adopt it, get it? See, but when my father said, leave everything behind for me, know nothing, only know me and these laws. See, I gave up images and all that bullshit. And then what I noticed about what my father's laws was about was everything that the fucking reality of what I was living is. So I said, all right, the only way I can be the way the Lord want me to be is it's reversed. Get it? I'm going this way, I'm living this way, but the Lord said go that way. So then I started using my mind and said, all right, had my enemy trick me. He said, nigga, look that way. You look that way. So now I'm going to look that way. Get it? My father said don't worship things under there. Everybody keeps saying there's going to be an alien invasion and all this stuff. How many times did they show us aliens coming from up under the water? They call them USOs or something. I remember a dope movie where, because I don't watch movies anymore, and it was about big giant ass robots that men built to fight these big ass fucking things that came out of the water. But it really didn't come out of the water. They were monsters from space. And they made portals that opened up in the water, and then they came through and did the old cosmic fucking Battle of the Titans. See, my mind is like a puzzle box. And when I see things, like I said, my mind just starts bing, 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 bing. That's why nobody can copy me. Because you didn't see what I seen. You don't know all the movies I seen. You don't know all the things that I know. So the Lord can't make you explain or activate the way that I do. Fuck you, copycat ass niggas. Anyway, so when I matched all these things up, I thought to myself, what's under there? Because I've been with the readings and the science fictions and these TikTok videos and people swearing they keep seeing mermaids and shit now, for real. And all of these weird creatures washing up on the ocean. They're washing up on shores and people are like, what the fuck is it? You know? Now, I, dive into my cartoon brain then and say, well, you gotta match up all the realities, right? Right? We gotta match the Bible with the science, with the cartoon world, and the TVs, and all these things gotta have a similarity or it's not true. And I said, alright, do you know of any time in the comic books, who's the ruler of the seas? Oh, Poseidon, but in the comic books it's Aquaman. Oh yeah, they got Aquaman popping now, ain't he? Aquaman just had a movie, didn't he? Black Panther just had a new movie, and who he fight? A underwater god? I didn't even see these movies. I just know they're out because I like those things. So, I pay attention every now and again. I don't want those spells to be casted on me. Now, as I begin to emerge with this new thought of, they're showing everybody everything, but they're on the truth, but like I said, my father puts me... I've been watching this. Ain't nothing new you niggas on YouTube are showing or saying. All the old heads already made those videos. All the old heads already made those points. They erased all their videos, and now there's sketchy, people that have the remnant of those videos, and other men like me that remember those videos that used to be there, and these ideas that got passed around in all of these different ways, and now those things are gone, so all we have is the thoughts that those things have left us. That's all we have. And
what does the future of cruising
that's
look
why
like?
I say,
to answer, we need to ask ourselves,
when it comes to this leader thing, or what people pretend to be or whatever, I'm like, yo, bro, y'all skip me with all y'all shit. Okay? Because first of all, we're all lost. Who the fuck are you to believe that you know everything? Now, if you have a council of people that have been working on this and all of that, that's what's up. Then that makes you ahead of a lot of us, but that doesn't make you anything. The more stronger these false prophets and leaders come out, you're going to be easier to spot more and more because, the people aren't that fucking stupid anymore. And then there's men like me that, not a leader. My father never, I understand that. I come in, I talk to Wolf God, the fucking Jito and all that. But no. I'm a leader that makes leaders. That's always been the goal of I. I'm either going to be a follower because of the Lord that's in me and above me. See, you just don't get it. That's another thing I keep hearing too. People saying, because I want to get off that. I want you to ponder that under the water thing. That part of the video's got it. Now we move on to another thing I want to discuss. Because of the music, it switched me up. You should try things like that, like thinking with certain music on, see where your thoughts go. Now, I keep hearing this thing about like everybody keeps talking about different things of the Bible and faith and all this different stuff. And I just lost my train of thought. Fuck. But people have to really understand that the yin yang effect applies to everything. The enemy will hijack what's good, and that's it. It's called copycatting. Duh. So I'm beyond trying to claim a leader status or say anything that I say is right or wrong, because every great master knows that they know nothing. They know they only can piece together the part of the puzzle of life that they live. That very small fraction of life you have, and a chance to retain the knowledge that's so vast, there's so much that any real master knows. No, I'm worrying about my piece. I'm not worried about being the one. There is no one. We're all gonna go. Anyway, I just keep hearing people, talk a lot about the Bible and stuff, and everybody's talking this. So I don't know, man. Like I said, we all have to be the leader of our own life. That's what I love about the Ten Commandments. The Father tells you what it is. Like, yo, that's what it is. Don't you get it? The laws of God are the thing that allow you to be your own leader. That way you don't have to listen to nobody else. Get it? It frees you from fucking letting anyone think for you. That's why I love it. My Father allows me to be free and make mistakes, as any great father should. Everyone talks the fear of God and how, God in the Bible is all this fear. No, that's the way they taught us. When you read the stories and stuff, it's always a choice. Because if it wasn't, he would have plowed through everybody already. Everyone broke his rules, even his favorite. So wouldn't he just be like, all right, I'm done. You're all gone. You get it? Like, the Bible is a piece of spirituality that most people I see it now. It's like the beginning almost, but it's more of like a history book, and to teach you the foundation of why history is important. Facts. Who you are, who you were in history is important. That's the things that I learned from the Bible. I didn't learn a whole bunch of let me be super disciplined and fucking. No, I learned that from fucking The Last Dragon and the goddamn Wolverines and the all of the movies of heroes shit. The legends of the old dudes, Muhammad Ali, Mayweather, fucking niggas that are real. They told me like, yo, dog, you gotta be disciplined. You gotta do things. So, like I'm not the most physical person, but I think I listened enough, because as an older man that's in a decent shape, when I know, looking around, seeing so many fallen, broken bodies, that I'm like, yo, bro, you're not old. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm listening to, I'ma switch again. I'm on my game, right? I'm watching my dude Fade. Shout out to you, Fade. You're the best streamer ever. You going through some things. You got a little girl now and all that. My nigga, stay on your thing, bro. You slipping, homie. I seen you make one of the best movement videos. You made a video where you were on God mode. You were on God mode, dog. You hit the flow. You better get back to your flow, dog. I know you probably never gonna see my videos, but I'm gonna send this shit to your ass anyway. Anyway, so I'm listening to Fade's little thing, watching my boy put these dudes down, and I'm watching and I'm looking at the the feed or whatever, the kids and the grown-ups and everybody talking to each other. And one of the people say, damn, man, I'm old. I'm 30. I said, what the fuck, nigga? I said, I feel you, like, but nah, like, even though that's like, you know, in the fucked up, unhealthy world we live in, that is middle age. But we're supposed to be making 90 and up easy. So you're not supposed to actually be feeling old at 30 and 40 years old. You're not. You're not supposed to not be able to do some of the things you were doing in your 20s. You get it? Like if I won, I'll go play basketball right now with the young niggas. And I will give these niggas a problem for a good half of the game. And then I'll be gassed out. And have to go old school Elijah Wan skyhooks on these young niggas. And have these niggas like, yo, how the fuck is he beating us with these old moves? Cause, nigga, it's called positioning. Don't matter how funny it looks, it still works. Get it? But anyway, as I'm listening to these people agree that 30 is you're an old man. They're talking like 30's old man shit. Like I'm like, these niggas got me feeling like I'm fucking 80 years old. I said I must be 80. And with the mind and the life you live, you 90, you dead already, you old ass nigga. I say, yo, this is crazy how depending on what you're doing in life, people feel like they're old. I'm old because of 30 years. That's because they don't see people make it to 90. Get it? We're not making it there because we can't eat healthy. Our youth is finished. They're gonna think it's normal to die at fucking 30 soon. Do you realize these young kids are having heart attacks and Alzheimer's and shit? Go look up the news and see what's happening to the youth, bro. They got old people problems already. How? Why?